We're going to bomb America. We're going to kill civilians in America because you know what? We have a warrant for his arrest. Whether it's for the child sex trafficking in the Epstein files because America doesn't want to do their job, or whether we're talking about violating international law, whether we're talking about going and just randomly killing people. I can tell you that every single one of you that is sticking up for him right now would be screaming from the rooftops.
That was a sitting U.S. Congresswoman on camera using a hypothetical foreign bombing of America to make a constitutional point about Trump and the Epstein files. No dodge, no spin. She said it directly, and the professor sitting across from her couldn't answer. Now, this woman is running for Senate in Texas. She just had her bodyguard killed in a SWAT standoff after he was caught impersonating a federal agent, and she's already been fact-checked live on CNN for botching an Epstein accusation she then refused to retract. If you want this kind of heat tracked every single day, hit subscribe, because now watch where this argument actually started. Here is what just happened. Jasmine Crockett walked into a panel discussion, picked up the Venezuela war argument, found the constitutional crack, and drove a truck through it.
We're going to bomb America. We're going to kill civilians in America because you know what? We have a warrant for his arrest. Whether it's for the child sex trafficking in the Epstein files because America doesn't want to do their job, or whether we're talking about violating international law, whether we're talking about going and just randomly killing people. I can tell you that every single one of you that is sticking up for him right now. We're going to start with the fact that Tupac famously said, for those of you that didn't necessarily listen to rap, that we've got money for war, but we can't feed the poor. And the reason that I bring this up is for two reasons. Number one, in order to get Maduro, the estimated cost is $3 billion. I can guarantee you that a lot of Americans would say, yes, there's a valid warrant and things like that, but for the cost of $3 billion, let's put our money somewhere else. Number one. Number two, Professor, you talked about the fact that if there wasn't the loss of life as it relates to our service members, or if this was just kind of quick boots on the ground for a second, then it wasn't war. So just answer this question for me. Would you consider what is taking place currently in the Middle East a war because we continue to have our sons and daughters returned in caskets to the United States? That's a yes or no?
No, the analysis for Iran is different.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you agree with me then? Yes?
I didn't say that.
Okay, it's different analysis. So I'm just going to go with you agree with me because this is clearly a war and it's unconstitutional. That is the bottom line. And frankly, as it relates to Venezuela, I think that we still will have some time to determine exactly how bad it is. Because imagine for 2 seconds that you had fishermen and sailors that were coming from the United States, and Venezuela all of a sudden started bombing our people, saying, oh, no, you're bringing guns. Because let me be clear, America does their fair share of nonsense in other countries. We tend to supply everybody with the guns. We flood this world with guns everywhere, right? So let's say they said, you know what? We don't want all those guns going to the gangsters in our communities. So we're just going to start blowing people up. And frankly, legally, that may work for them. You know why? We have a constitution and not everybody does. And so it is offensive to sit here and engage in this conversation as someone who practiced criminal law. And my God, everyone that I had, no matter what they were accused of, even if they were accused of capital murder, be partisan to just go and blow up these boats. Are you saying, Professor, that you believe that blowing up these boats because somebody believes it, you know what? Let me do it this way. Let's say they are drug traffickers. Do you believe that it is constitutional for the United States to blow up people that are accused of being drug traffickers?
So it's not going to be a yes or no question. If I could take
okay, then I'm gonna stop you there because I only got so much time. And Professor, I was really loving on you because you came from South Texas, which is down in Houston, not too far from the University of Houston, where I got my law degree. But it is very clear that it is unconstitutional for us in the United States. Let me give y'all another issue that I don't understand if y'all see it the way that I do. There's this little thing called the Epstein files. There's a lot of people that have been found liable, charged, all kinds of stuff, from from Prince Andrew and Peter Mandelson, from Norwegian officials, the former prime minister, and the former ambassador, all of these different people, right? Some would argue, especially since there was international trafficking that was taking place, some would argue that our president, whose name is found over and over and over and over in these files, may have engaged in, say, child trafficking, sex trafficking. They may come to that conclusion. Now, with that being the understanding, if there are other countries that believe, because they believe in actually holding people accountable, okay? So they say, you know what? There were some girls from England or wherever, because there were people from different countries. And they say, you know what? We gonna just come and we're gonna drop in on America. We're going to bomb America. We're going to kill civilians in America because you know what? We have a warrant for his arrest. Whether it's for the child sex trafficking in the Epstein files because America doesn't want to do their job, or whether we're talking about violating international law, whether we're talking about going and just randomly killing people. I can tell you that every single one of you that is sticking up for him right now, because seemingly what we do is we twist the law to justify. The analysis is the same. If you would be outraged if they came and bombed our country to go after him, to arrest him, if you're listening, that I don't know if people are doing this. But if they decided to do that because of the Epstein files or because of violating international law, you all would be against it. So we should be against it right now.
Then she pivoted, clean, no warning, straight to the Epstein files and Trump. The professor across from her never recovered. Nobody on that panel had a clean rebuttal. And that is the dangerous version of Crockett. Not the viral clapback, not the committee theatrics. This, the version that builds the legal argument from scratch, forces a yes or no, watches the other side fold, and then names your president in a child sex trafficking hypothetical, on camera, without flinching. Now, here is the part that matters beyond the clip. She is running for Senate in Texas. She just had a bodyguard killed in a SWAT standoff after he spent over a year running her security while wanted for impersonating a federal agent. She ejected a reporter from a rally and left her on the side of a Texas road. She accused a Trump cabinet member of taking Epstein money on the House floor, got caught, got corrected live on CNN, and then refused to retract it. On air, she said, and this is her own words. "Oh, I absolutely was insinuating that it could be possible. That is not a correction, that is a confession." So the real question heading into a Texas Senate race isn't whether Jasmine Crockett can make a room uncomfortable. She clearly can. The question is whether the record she is building, outside the camera, survives the scrutiny she demands of everyone else. Right now, that answer is not clean. If you want this tracked, subscribe. Because this story is not over.